Hello everyone, this is the channel Cooking Made Easy and I am Olga. Today we will be making a pie. Here in my hand is a piece and on the table are other pieces of this pie. It turns out to be large. It's enough for a large group. Actually, this is a pie made with carbonated water, sweet. But today I am specifically using Fanta. Fanta has a specific tangerine or orange flavor, depending on the Fanta you use. Today, I will be adding tangerines to it. So that's interesting too. Well, it's kind of cool. Of granules and, of course, sugar, vanilla, vegetable oil, baking powder, flour. It's preferable to sift the flour before adding it to the batter. Since the pie is made with Fanta, we'll use a glass of Fanta. But the pie originally is made with sweet soda. You can use any soda. I've made it with Sprite too. It just has a different taste with Fanta. Today I specifically chose tangerine Fanta. There's tangerine. I also have orange. But you can use any soda. Don't tell me this is an advertisement for Fanta. It's not an ad at all. It's just delicious. Also, I'll add cherry here, I'll add cherry here, I'll add TU here. It will give a baking quality, a bit of tartness. It will be delicious. I will also be adding more fruits here. This time, I bought deliciously marinated tangerines, which are juicy and succulent. But before, I made it with peaches, which were ripe and sweet, with apricots. It turns out very, very tasty indeed. I just never saw that you sold canned tangerines. I bought Fanta and then went for apricots. But there were no apricots. I looked, there are tangerines. I think, oh wow, I'll buy tangerines. I'll splurge a little and buy tangerines. I'm curious myself how it will turn out with tangerines, because I haven't made it with tangerines before. If you can't find tangerines, then with apricots it's the tastiest. And with peaches, it's just amazing. I'll repeat, you can use any soda, but the taste, the hint of Fanta, is delicious in the pie. Let's start by beating the eggs. We beat for 3 minutes. Exactly. It should turn into a fluffy mass. Look at how fluffy the mass in the eggs has become. Don't be lazy. Beat well. Add all the sugar at once and beat for another 3.4 minutes, almost until the sugar dissolves. Some will remain, but don't be lazy. Beat well. Let's take a look. A very fluffy mass has formed. Now I pour in the vegetable oil. Add vanilla. You can use a whole packet of vanilla sugar here. If you only have vanillin, then just a pinch, so it doesn't become bitter. Now, what do? Add part of the flour, not all at once. Add baking powder to the second part of the flour. Mix it. There. So we start mixing here. Now add the second part of the flour. Pour in a glass of Fanta. Just opened it, poured it, and immediately pour it into the batter. It shouldn't sit. And right away, not all the flour has been mixed in yet. Oops! And now we mix it. Look at how smooth and buttery the dough has become. The taste of the pie is something between a charlotte and a cake. Very delicious. I have a rectangular mold like this, but you can use absolutely any kind. I'll just tell you the dimensions I have here. 25 by 29. So I send part of the dough to the bottom. We spread it evenly across the entire mold. You see, I placed parchment in 2 directions, this way and that way, so it would be easy to remove later. I have fresh frozen cherries. It's essential to drain all the juice well, so the cherries are as dry as possible. We distribute the cherries like this across the entire surface of the cake. So you can add everything together, both the first and the second. But this time, I'll put the cherries in the middle and place the mandarins on top. When I made it with peaches or apricots, I only placed them on top. And sometimes it turns out that the dough in the middle is a bit empty, while there are a lot of fruits on top. But then the crust is very tasty and fruity. Pour the second part of the batter. As I said, you can try making it not only with Fanta, but with any other soda. I'm curious if you make it with Coca-Cola, what color will it turn out to be? Well, it's just interesting. Maybe someone will experiment and let me know. You also need to squeeze the juice well from the citrus fruit and arrange them, like this, on top. The batter will rise well, so it will still be higher than the berries. Oh, fruits. Regarding whether you can use fresh fruits, I still think not. It seems to me that in fresh fruits, well, like mandarins for sure, they will have a lot of water, moisture inside. But make sure it bakes through and doesn't turn out, as we say, doughy. Because when I did it this way, it was perfect. Look, this is how it turned out. There's no need to press the fruits in, the batter will rise on its own. Place it in a preheated oven at 180 degrees for 40 to 45 minutes. Check with a wooden skewer. My cake is baked. No, it's a pie. It's cooled down a bit, but it's still nicely warm. Carefully remove the sides. It's very tasty, both warm and cooled, and it stays soft for a long time. Sprinkle with powdered sugar on top. Very tender. As I cut it, I can feel it's really very tender. Try it with warm milk. It's delicious. Look at the height of the pie. It's unbelievably tall. I'll even take a ruler now and tell you how many centimeters it is. In terms of height, let's see. Almost 6 centimeters. Wow, that's tall. Now we're going to try it. Look, there's a piece next to it. Well, the side piece. A little towards the edges, it's already here, and here it's a bit wider. That's why I cut out the middle. The middle is 6 centimeters high, and here it's 3. Well, overall, I think it's very large. It's really delicious. I already want to eat it warm. The pie itself is quite hefty. I want to show you the texture of the dough. Look at this beauty. So, well, let's try it. I'm going to try the very top, where the mandarins are. Guys, you really should make this pie. So it has this, buttery taste. Something between a charlotte, as I mentioned, and a cake. That's exactly it. It's very tasty. This sponginess, it lasts a long time and it stays soft for a long time. The last time I made it with peaches, I think. Yes, we made it with peaches. And I only had a layer of peaches. And it was still just as tall. Even though I added cherries, it didn't sink. Its height of 6 centimeters is really cool. Well, naturally, the more fruit, the better. But don't overdo it so it doesn't become soggy. That's one thing. Secondly, well, what I want to say about mandarin. Somehow I like it more with peaches and apricots. They have a different kind of taste. Although it's delicious when you get something citrusy, it's taste. But for some reason, with our fruits, well, maybe we're just used to this taste, I don't know. Although it's very tasty, so there's no need to buy expensive mandarins, it's not worth it. Buy apricots or canned marinated peaches. It will be just very, very tasty. The cherry adds a bit of acidity, that little tang, very tasty. The taste of Fanta is indeed present in the dough. When you make it, if you make it with Sprite, I made it with Sprite. It's neutral. There is no citrus aftertaste in the dough itself, but with Fanta, there is a little. I would like to try it with Coca-Cola. Firstly, I'm curious about what the color will be. Well, promise me that you will make this pie, because it is just incredibly delicious. That's all. Vilichka, do you want some pie too? Here she is already walking around asking me, the dog loves sweets, but she can't have them. Well, sometimes it's okay, right? Well, I won't chat for long. Be sure to make the pie, like the video, and subscribe to the channel. I'm talking a lot today. I'm warming up some warm milk for my throat and eating pie. Bye-bye.